you know, a nice whole number. Okay, which square root of 53 is not. All right, so 3. Same question. We're going to go through the same process. So let me label my x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay, and then I'll write the distance formula. If you think you've got it, and you want to pause the video and then check your answer, you can do that. Otherwise, do it with me. Okay, so this is equal to the square root of x2 is 11. 11 minus x1 is -7. So 11 minus -7 squared plus y2 is 3 minus y1 -2 squared. Okay, so let me zoom back in and we can see what that is. All right, so that's the square root of 11 minus -7 is 18 squared plus, okay, 3 minus -2 is 5 squared. All right, you can add those out. 5 squared is 25. 18 squared. All right, you can add those out in your calculator and you should get a square root of a number. All right, you tell me what that is, because I didn't do 18 squared in my head, but I'm sure you could with your calculator. All right, so let's do the midpoint formula. All right, so we're going to be finding the mid or the middlemost point between 2 points. So again, we're dealing with 2 points and we're finding the middlemost point. So this is still a coordinate point. There's the word point in midpoint. All right, it's not a value, it's an XY point. So you're going to take your 2 points, x1, y1, or excuse me, x1 plus x2 divided by 2. So you're finding the average, essentially. And then your y points, y1 plus y2 all over 2. So the average of those 2 points, if that's the way you want to think of it. That will be your midpoint. All right, so find the midpoint of GH given. G is 7, -5. And H is 9, -1. Okay, so this will be our x1, y1 again, and x2, y2 that we plug into the formula. All right, so since the formula is written right above, let's just substitute. So instead of x1, we have 7, and instead of x2, we have 9. So we have 7 plus 9 all over 2, comma. Instead of y1, we have -5. Instead of y2, we have -1 all over 2. Okay, so that plus minus right here, could have just written minus, same idea. All right, we'll get the same answer. So 7 plus 9 over 2 is 16 over 2, comma, -5 plus -1, or -5 minus 1 is -6 over 2. So that midpoint, once you divide those out, will be 8, comma, -3. All right, and so think about it. What is halfway between 7 and 9, or the middle of 7 and 9? 8. Okay, that's your midpoint. What is halfway between -5 and -1? Would be 2 points away from each, -3. Okay, so that's what you found. Sometimes you can just look at it and tell, but the formula always works. Okay, So I'm writing really big here. Let me erase it, and I'll do number 2. Okay, again, you can pause it and check your answer if you need to. Or if you think you got it. Okay. So I've labeled my x1, y1, x2, y2, so I know what to plug in. All right, my formula is right above. So for number 2, this would be x1 is -7 plus x2 is 3 all over 2, comma. y1 is 4 and y2 is -4. So you can write 4 minus 4 or 4 plus -4 over 2. Okay? So that's going to give me -7 plus 3. Just kind of as I'm running out of room here, I'll just write what that is. -7 plus 3 is -4. And then instead of 4 plus -4, that's 0. Alright, so now we're at -4 over 2, comma 0 over 2. And so that final answer will end up being -2, comma 0 once you divide them. Alright, and again, if you think about it, one sec. If you think about it, then I am not correct with my x value, am I? Okay, it probably was because I erased. Ha. -7 plus 3. No, that's right. That'd be -4 over 2. Okay, scratch that. -2 and then 0. Okay? Midpoint. Alright, so that is it for your second set of notes. Save the back for the next video lesson. If you have any questions,